Hello everyone, I'm Brofi1322 and this video is going to show the fastest fully upgraded planes in terms of lap time. We're quickly going to go over the slowest vehicles right now, and as always the position counter is in the top left with the best lap time the vehicle achieved in the top right. This video only focuses on track performance, so if you're interested in top speed where braking, cornering and acceleration aren't relevant, check the link in the description for the top speed testing series. And if you want to know more information about this testing, including the extent to which it's accurate and how useful it is for you personally, have a read of the full description as everything that you need is in there. This video lists all vehicles and is correct as of the Arena War update. For planes added after that or other classes of cars, check the playlist link in the second line of the description, and feel free to check out my Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want to get these testing results a few days before the videos go up every Thursday. So here we are, finally, the planes. It's the final video for the 2018 class specific update videos, and this one was a nightmare. The amount of laps that were needed to get the best lap times, the amount of planes, I mean there's 36 now in the planes class, it's huge. The amount of missed checkpoints, it was so much work to do this, but I'm glad it's all done now and we can finally see these lap times. Now we're seeing the slowest planes first of all, obviously. We saw the blimps, which are very slow, and then the Bombushka, which was pretty bad and perhaps surprisingly. And even though we're only up to 30th place, we're already seeing some good lap times with under 1 minute already, and we've still got a lot of planes to come. So whilst we're seeing these slower planes, I want to mention a few things that are important and need to be said when it comes to the planes class. Now, all of these are in the planes class, so if you're thinking that there's a separate class for jets, that is not the case. There is a separate class for jets that's used for races, for plane races, but that's not actually an official thing in the game. All of these planes, everything that you see in this video is officially in the planes class, so they're all in one class. Now the track length, as I mentioned in the helicopters video, is exactly the same as the track length for the vehicles, the land vehicles and boats as well. Even though the track layout is slightly different, the actual length is exactly the same. So although these lap times aren't directly comparable with what we see from cars and other things like that, they are somewhat comparable. So already with the Miljet there with a 49-second lap time, we're already seeing lap times that we've never seen before. Under 50 seconds for a lap, and we're not even to 20th place yet, is absolutely incredible. Now, certain planes can obviously be used in races, but other ones can't. Now, the easiest way to discern that, if you are interested in races, is by looking at the intro screen for each one of these planes. If the intro screen is like the Mallard here, in the actual race lobby, then it can be used in a race. If it isn't, and I've recorded it separately, then it can't be used in a race. Now, this doesn't talk about any dogfighting ability for these planes. This is purely just lap time performance with top speed to come tomorrow as well. And some planes, obviously now with the Smuggler's Run update, have upgrades. Most of the newer planes do. That is engine upgrades and handling upgrades as well. Now they do have an impact on performance, so engine upgrades do give you a better top speed, handling upgrades improve the yaw for the plane as well, so it's natural that those planes are going to fare slightly better if they've got those advantages to them, but we will obviously see. Also, there is a limit when it comes to planes of around 900 feet high in the air from ground level, which is around the height of the Vinewood Hills, and anything, if you have planes below that limit, they lose about 10 to 20 miles per hour from their top speed. Above that limit, they're going as fast as they can. It's a hard limit. There's no sort of the higher they go, the faster they go or anything like that. It's just that one limit, which is around 900 feet, Vinewood Hills height. If you're below that, you will be going slower. Now this track is just below that limit, I believe, and the top speed testing is well above it, so you're gonna get a full overview of how these planes can do in most situations. It's not really gonna have too much of an impact on the overall listings because planes are affected very similarly, but there are some that are affected more than others. Also, finally, planes are also more susceptible to frame rates, where higher frame rates give much higher speeds. I'm testing everything at 30 FPS since that's what the consoles are at, and that's how I've always done my testing, whether it's cars or boats or whatever. But those on PC at higher frame rates will experience different lap times, different top speeds, things like that, although the general ranking of planes should still remain the same. So Now that all that's out of the way, because there is a lot to cover with planes, there's a lot of nuances that need to be explained, we're finally coming towards the top 10 for planes. Now we've seen quite a few vehicles fall by the wayside. The Strike Force, for example, which is one of the newest planes, was only in 15th place. A lot of planes that didn't even make it into the top 10. The Avenger was a bit of a surprise to me in 11th place here with a sub 40-second lap time. These are some incredible lap times. Now also in 12th place we had the Vestra, which used to be the quickest vehicle to use in regular plane races. So it's amazing what a difference it makes, all of these Smugglers Run planes that we've had, well, planes that we've had since that update. They've made a massive difference to the list, and there's so many much quicker planes now. So the first in the top 10 is the Seabreeze here with a 38.5, and then in 9th place we've got the Bezra, one of the older jets, you could say. This would be in the jets class in races, but like I said, everything's all in the planes class with a 38.3. Considering these vehicles, there's obviously a smattering of older vehicles that don't have engine upgrades or anything like that are in the top 10. They do pretty well to still be able to compete with some of the newer planes. The Laser here just ahead of the Bezra in 8th place, doesn't do too badly with a 37-second lap time. And again, I need to put these lap times into perspective. That the quickest car in the game, at least the quickest regular supercar, is only getting lap times of say 59 seconds, 1 minute. If you get a car that goes 1 minute or under around the regular track, it's pretty incredible. Now again, like I said, this is the same length of track, so for these planes to be doing the same distance in almost half the time is incredible. These lap times are ridiculous, and we're going to see lap times that we've never seen before when it comes to this testing. Obviously the last time that I tested planes was back in 2015, so it's been a long time coming, and sorry that it's taken so long, but thank you all for being so patient, and hopefully it's been worth the wait. We will also be having the top speed testing for all of these planes tomorrow in tomorrow's video, so it's all happening all at once, and yeah, hopefully it's been worth the wait. So 6th place with the Molotov, 36.3 seconds. Again, this is in the jets class for races, but in the regular planes class in most other situations. And then in the top 5 we've got the Rogue, the first vehicle into the top 5, so it just sneaks in there with a 35.2 second lap time. There's not a lot more that I can say at this point with regards to these lap times and these performances. I think everybody expects that planes are just the quickest ways to get around the map or cover some distance, and that is exactly the case, but quite how much of an advantage they have in comparison to cars and things like that is just unbelievable. But when we come to the top 4, we do see a bit of a difference. So we've been seeing sort of gaps of maybe around a second between each plane, and closer gaps further down the order as well. But the top 4 are in a league of their own, starting with the Hydra with 34.1 second lap time is pretty incredible for the Hydra, especially considering, like I said, it's the best vehicle that doesn't have any other upgrades on it with engine and handling and things like that. But just misses out on the top 3 to the Pyro, which is only 1/10 of a second quicker than it with a 34.0, and we're going to see a similar sort of thing for the top 2, that these top 4 planes are all super close together, and the performance that they show around this lap is absolutely incredible. It amazes me the kind of times that these planes are getting to cover the same distance that I've been doing for years with regular cars. So in 2nd place we've got the Howard NX25, the first plane and one of only 2 vehicles to drop under a 34 second lap time with a 33.868. Again, only 2/10 of a second quicker than what we just saw from the Pyro, but the Howard has some incredible maneuverability, and that is also true of our number 1 plane as well, that really when it comes to these lap times, it's the maneuverability of these planes that is the most important factor. So our number 1 vehicle, our number 1 plane, our quickest vehicle for lap time in the entire game is the Alpha Z1 with a 33.5 second lap time, 3/10 of a second quicker than what the Howard was able to do. If you can handle it, this thing isn't the easiest thing to be able to handle, to be able to get a lap time out of, but if you can, it is ridiculous. It can turn better than pretty much anything, and that is really what makes the difference here. 33.5 seconds to get around the same distance that it takes a pariah, for example, to get around in a minute is just unbelievable. And we'll be able to see a comparison here just after this of the Alpha Z1, which is the new best plane in the game, with the Vestra, which used to be the old best plane in the game, or at least the old best plane to use in plane races, which is when you take out the jets. But the Alpha Z1 is so good that it beats all of the vehicles that are in the pseudo jets class as well. It's just that quick. Absolutely amazing performance. Obviously at this point, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already for new testing videos every Thursday and update videos when new cars are released, and check out other classes in the playlist. And like I said, the top speed video for all of these planes for the first time ever will be released tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to finally having that done and having all vehicles in the game finally tested and updated. But that's pretty much it for this video. Remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed or found it helpful, subscribe for more, and consider supporting on Patreon or becoming a member on YouTube. Thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.